good evening to all our viewers. You're watching Flashback 2009. In a few hours from now, we shall be ushering in a new beginning and a new year, welcoming 2010 and bidding our goodbyes to 2009. The past leave behind indelible imprints on the present. On that note, we invite all our viewers to together walk the aisle of events and happenings of the year 2009 in our state. Presenting a comprehensive outlook on the affairs of the state, let us first take a look at the heart of key implementing factors and acts of governance.
Meghalaya witnessed stormy weather and sea-changing affairs in the political front. Change in governance from the Meghalaya Progressive Alliance to the Meghalaya United Alliance was a setback to the people of the state, for the worst hit is the general public. The beginning of the year witnessed a shaky government, withdrawal of support, shifting of alliances and allegiances, suspension of party members, with the MPA government walking a tightrope, while the Congress Legislature Party giving it tough competition. No stable government meant no scope for development. What more can be said about change in allegiances? Was it principles and ethics of party people, or was it simply an enticement to a more stable and lucrative position? Whatever the reasons may be, Meghalaya politics saw such shift of allegiances in Paul Lyngdoh, Sanbor Shulai, Ismail Marak, Limison Sangma and Amperine Lyngdoh.
In very plain and simple language, tell me the grounds under which my membership has been suspended. Because as you have read out the views of various jurists, I expect you to be impartial, to hold the balance of justice, the scales of justice in your hands.
I have already said that suspension of members' right to speak, suspension of the right to vote, suspension of members, and also disqualification of members is not new. It's not foreign in many legislatures nor in the state of Meghalaya.
The 5 members, when deprived by the Honorable Speaker, and we would like to be clarified more in documents which will be circulated to us. And those documents are not in the hand, which should have been here before we enter this August House. And sir, we request you, as you have assured us, we want now. It's no use getting tomorrow and after a decision. We want now, this right. Kindly give us the time to prepare for this.
This year, the state went back to the polls with the death of E.K. Maulong. A by-election was held for the seat in Umroi with strong contenders in George B. Lyngdoh of the United Democratic Party and Stanley Wis Rimbai of the Indian National Congress. The MPA failed to win the Umroi seat, with the Congress emerging out a clear winner. For the first time in history of Meghalaya, an MLA stepped down from office to seek re-election from a different political party. Yes, Amperine Lyngdoh did just that. It was a shock to the MPA, an explosion that was irreparable.
I am saddened that I have to admit that I have lost complete trust and faith on the leadership of my party, especially after the political crisis that have evolved and intensified in especially the last 6 months of the MPA's first year of tenure in office of the 8th Legislative Assembly.
Differences within party members and change of ideologies made her take the drastic step, an act which in no doubt pinched the exchequer of the state. However, the people of Laimkra once more expressed their faith and confidence in Amperine Lyngdoh by re-electing her as their representative. Amperine Lyngdoh, in her part, vowed to work towards eradication of poverty, quality education and good health for all.
I would like to see that poverty is eradicated from every home in Laimkra constituency. That's number 1. Number 2, I would like to see that every home gets access to quality education. Number 3, I'd like to see that every home in Laimkra constituency has access to good health. These three areas are areas which would make anybody's life in the heart of any cosmopolitan city like ours perfect.
Meghalaya was reduced to a state of complete mockery of the political democratic system and a farce of the right to vote. Electioneering campaign promises were completely forgotten by our candidates. Pressing concerns for the legislators were to hold tight to their positions and shift to more advantageous ones. In a tussle of the giants to stake majority claim in forming a government, Meghalaya was slammed by the much dreaded to all, the President's rule.
I do not want to go against the convention and the parliamentary practice. I have recorded that the vote of the Speaker, the casting vote of the Speaker goes for the motion.
This comment, which conditions member can never understand that. It is unconstitutional. You have violated the provision of 135(2) and the spirit of the rules of procedure and conduct of business. This is completely wrong, sir. That's why you must review your decision. You must review this decision. We still have 41 and these people with 7 members can never understand. They must outrightly resign. I request through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, to ask the Chief Minister to gracefully resign because he cannot run the state with just 27 members.
You know, constitutional breakdown means that Constitution has not been allowed to function properly. It does not mean the breakdown of law and order. It means that while interpreting the Constitution by the constitutional authorities, there could be some miscarriage of justice.
We feel it, but that is not our responsibility. It is the opposition who wants that press rule should be imposed on state. We will fight against it. When we have our elected members, when we have our elected government, why do we need to go for press rule? We don't need at all. No? What I'm worried is that the governor's action should be satisfied by the advice of the Council of Ministers, or if not Council of Ministers, at least our Advocate General. But this time it appears that governor is satisfied by what Dr. Didi Lapang advised him.
Apprehensions galore, debate rampant, dread and fear in the face of all. However, President's rule emerged a blessing in disguise. Though short-lived, discipline, development and constructive changes were maintained in every field and wrongs were set right. Meghalaya got a stable government in the MUA, witnessing foes becoming friends, even after all the mudslinging that immediately changed into a creamy icing on the political cake. The 100 days in office, an achievement profile of the MUA government, was too soon a time to talk of achievements. Improved infrastructure, rural development and social sectors were a few of the areas of development mentioned in the achievement profile. However, only time will tell whether any of these claims have even reached the stage of initiation or have simply only been doing the rounds in meetings. Meghalaya this time sent two new faces as members of parliament, Vincent H. Pala and Agatha Sangma. While Pala was given the portfolio of Minister of State for Water Resource, Agatha Sangma backed the Minister of State for Rural Development. As these two MPs from the state took their oath of office in New Delhi, we in Meghalaya continue to hope that they will do justice to their oaths and strive to bring development to the state.